Hi everybody, this is Mike Pach with Three Peaks Photography. I am high up in the wet mountains of Colorado, overlooking the Wet Mountain Valley and West Cliff, where I normally do my night sky photography workshops. So a big storm just came through. We're hoping that the sky clears up so we can get some night photos. And I'm going to set up my move, shoot, move rotator this time, instead of with the wedge, with the Benro geared head, which I just got, and I'm very impressed with how it's made. We're going to put this onto the top of the tripod and make sure that it is very securely tightened. There we go. And just want to show you what these three knobs are for. So this one is going to control my declination. This one is my horizontal level. And then this one adjusts my side to side. So it's very, very sturdy. And I think this is going to work as a very good replacement for my wedge. I have an attach plate, which I'm going to put at the bottom of the rotator. Make sure that I have it in the right orientation. And get that secured very nicely. There is an Allen wrench that comes with the head so that you can tighten this as much as you can. That's very, very important. So I am going to place the rotator like so. Make sure that's nice and tight. Now I have my tripod head. This is a panoramic type of tripod head. Get that on there. Make sure that it is nice and tight. You have to make sure that you check this 3/8 inch screw that fits onto the rotating plate. Sometimes that gets loose, so it's really important for you to make sure that that's nice and tight. I need to make sure that I've got this slot positioned properly. And tighten this down. Now I'm going to put on my camera. This is my 5D Mark IV with the Tamron 15-30 G2. The 15-30 is my go-to lens for astrophotography. For wide angle astrophotography, that is. Tighten that up. Make sure everything is nice and secure. Tip this up a little bit so it doesn't slip. And now I get to put on the laser pointer. That'll go on this side. Make sure that none of the knobs on any of your heads are interfering. And all I have to do now is line this up to Polaris. If I want more accurate alignment, then I can use the Polar scope. But there it is. Pretty simple. And let's check this out. Let's see how easily this moves. Pretty cool. I think this is going to give me some very good, precise positioning when I need to align with my laser pointer. Let's take a closer look at my setup. This is my Benro geared head, which I have attached to my sturdy tripod. It's very important to have a sturdy tripod. This is going to allow me to change the declination, also the side to side, and then I have a horizontal level right here. So this is going to help me get an accurate alignment with Polaris, with my laser pointer, or my scope if I choose to use that. Then I have the move, shoot, move rotator attached to the geared head. Then I have my panoramic head attached to the rotating plate on the move, shoot, move rotator. And then I have my 5D Mark IV attached to the panoramic head. I also am using my Tamron 15-30 G2. That's my go-to lens for wide-angle astro. And I have an L bracket attached to my 5D Mark IV, as well as the other cameras I use, like my Canon R6. This makes things much easier if I want to do some vertical shots, especially if I want to do a series of vertical shots to stitch together for a panorama. Well, let's hope the skies clear up so that we can get some great night sky photographs. I know it does get really dark out here, so let's hope that we can see some stars and put this thing to the test. I'd love to see you out here in Colorado on one of my workshops. We have a lot of fun spending the night in the dark. Well, I'm very happy to report that the sky did clear up, which meant that I had the opportunity to test out my Move Shoot Move rotator with the Benro geared head, and it worked very well. It's a very good replacement for the wedge, and if you can't afford it, I would recommend that you go ahead and pick up a geared head. It makes life a whole lot easier when you're aligning to Polaris with the laser pointer or the polar scope. So I want to show you a few pictures from this evening. I was limited to what I could photograph because there was an almost full moon that night, so you can't see the Milky Way, or I couldn't see the Milky Way. But you can see in the photos that I'm showing you that my stars were nice and sharp and round, and that was really great. In this picture, this is a 2-minute tracked exposure with the Move Shoot Move aligned with the laser pointer and the Benro geared head. You can see that my trees in my foreground are fuzzy. That's because of the movement of the rotator. I shot this with my Canon R6 on the Tamron 15 to 30 millimeter G2 lens at f5.6 and ISO of 400. The next photo is a similar shot, also a 2-minute tracked exposure with the Move Shoot Move aligned with the laser and Benro geared head. Same settings. Canon R6, Tamron 15 to 30 millimeter, f5.6, ISO 200. And this photo is a blend of two images, both 2 minutes at f5.6 and ISO 200. I took one shot with the rotator on for the sky, and then I took another shot for the foreground with the rotator off, and I blended them in Photoshop utilizing the sky selection tool. And if you want to learn more about how to do that, you can check out my other videos. I have one on replacing the sky, and I also have one on doing panoramas with the Move Shoot Move, and both of those videos go into great detail on how to utilize the tools that are in Photoshop in order to blend the images together. So have fun out there. I hope that you get some great shots and would love to see them. Well, the sun's going down. Well, the sun's going down. Let's take a look at this magnificent sunset. Those are the Sagre de Cristo Mountains in the distance. So we're high up in the Wet Mountain Valley at about tree line, which is 11,500 feet, overlooking the Wet Mountain Valley and West Cliff, which is Colorado's first dark sky community and the world's highest in elevation. Let's hope these clouds clear so that we can get some good night sky photography. Night sky photographs.